In this week's African Agri Overview, Jacques will focus on the Tanzanian maize market, with it being one of the most pivotal non-GM maize markets in the East and Southeast African regions. All in this week's episode, so make sure to stay tuned. I am Dr. Johnny van der Merwe and welcome to this week's African Agri Overview. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, where we will share regular insights into the agricultural markets of Africa. In the latest economic news, the kwacha continued to lose ground against the US dollar, trading on 19.25 kwachas per US dollar. The US approved a new debt ceiling agreement, easing the risk on the dollar, which gained strength as a result. The latest Brent crude oil price traded slightly higher the past week to $77 per barrel, with OPEC that can keep oil production on a lower level, while US demand, which is the largest consumer of oil globally, can stabilize after the debt ceiling agreement. For more detailed information on sub-Saharan African soft commodity markets, please make sure to contact Jacques.
In this week's podcast, we look at the Tanzanian maize market. It is our opinion that the two pivotal non-GM maize markets in the East and Southeast African region are Zambia and Tanzania. If these two markets produce healthy exportable surpluses, the region is usually sufficiently supplied. If these two countries have small or no surpluses, the region is usually in trouble from a supply perspective. Zambia is typically the supplier to Malawi, Southern DRC, Zimbabwe and Botswana. The Tanzania surplus usually flows to Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi and the Eastern DRC. As always, note that all numbers used in our tables and graphs are our best estimates given the information at our disposal and should be seen as such. In particular, there is very little statistics available on Tanzania. Tanzania produces two crops annually, as indicated in the table. The short-range crop plants October and harvests March-April and normally yields about 15% of annual supply. The long-range crop plants February-March and harvests July-August and normally yields around 85% of annual supply. This graph and table illustrates our Tanzania annual maize balance sheet estimate since 2020. The 2022 year catches the eye as the only year where consumption exceeded production, highlighted by the blue circle. At first glance, it seems as if the healthy carry-in stocks would have solved the problem. However, a significant shortage in Kenya and subsequent high prices in that country saw substantial exports between January and June 2022. By the time the government realized what was happening and closed the borders, it was too late. The surplus was gone. This, together with a drought-affected crop that harvested mid-2022, forced Tanzania into a deficit situation, a situation they very seldom experience. They informally and formally imported from Malawi and Zambia latter part of 2022, but governments in both import origins banned exports early 2023 and policed borders to curb informal exports. For that reason, we lowered our consumption estimate for 2022-23 compared to earlier years. The next graph illustrates the Tanzanian maize price history. It clearly shows how prices started to move higher from March-April 2022, when the market realized the surplus was exported and the coming crop size was well below normal. See blue circle. Prices have been in an upward trend for the past 12 months. We expect price pressure from middle June, when the next long-range crop harvest should gather momentum. As indicated in the table, we expect Tanzania will produce at least an average crop and a small surplus. Although Kenyan import demand is expected to remain strong, we believe Tanzania should be able to replenish from Zambia, where observers expect 1 million ton surplus could be produced. To make a price trend forecast for the next 6 months is rather risky. We expect price pressure from current levels due to a more normal predicted maize balance sheet and a price range between $250 and $350 per metric ton over the next 6 months.
For more detailed information on sub-Saharan African soft commodity markets, please make sure to contact Jacques on the information displayed on screen. I'm Dr. Johnny van der Merwe, and thank you for watching.